we're ready to build the next surface mine and underground silver and gold mine in Mexico. Construction's already started. That's impressive. And they're telling me it's a pretty good market we're in right now at $105,000 precious metals. So we never planned to be there. I'll show you the numbers if we ever get them up here, and we can go through some of the sensitivity table. But this is a wonderful project. We spent the first, since 17, finish a PFS for the surface mine. We recently received in November all approvals to proceed with construction there. That was a big step for this company. And what's that going to look like? Well, at today's prices, that looks like, you know, when we look at things, we don't plan to mine metals at 105,000. But let's just talk about that, because we talked about gushing money. Okay, so when we build this, 86 million capex, 10-year mine life, all the approvals done, 50 million USD in the bank, 86 million capex. What's it going to make? Let's just be silly and talk about prices today. That generates, over the 10-year mine life, $1.4 billion after tax US. That's 140 million a year. That's gushing money. It generates a capex in excess of $1 billion US dollars. That's step number one. We're building it. We started. Fully approved. Money in the bank. Construction has started. 18-month build. That's going to be a 15,000 ton per day surface mine heap leach. Beautiful, nice size for that to generate that. Not 50,000, 60,000, 15. That's already done. Guess who's building it? You guys know him. Remember Ergonaut? Anybody remember Ergonaut? Darling of the street, built all those big heap leaches in Sonora. Beautiful projects. A guy named Francisco Alvarez joined us 2 years ago. He developed them and built both of them, and now he's our COO, so he's got the keys to build it. So that's enough. Let's talk about the money on that, because it looks like I'm going to ad-lib this, guys, so let's do the best we can. It's kind of fun. Now, that being said, I got 5 minutes left. That's door number one. That was great. That would be enough for most companies. That would generate an NPV, let's call it 1.5 billion Canadian. It's going to take us 18 months to build it. Today I'm trading at 700 million. That's a guaranteed double. Oh, here we go. Looks like we're going to be back in action here. But then there's the second part of the story, and that's going to be the PEA we put out on Tuesday for the underground, which you can build at the same time. Let's quickly, guys, just look at some of those numbers. So let's just look at those really fast. That's what I was talking about right there. Billion US, that's at spot prices today. Makes 140 million USD after-tax free cash flow a year for 10 years. What a beautiful project. All approvals, construction started. It's an 18-month build. Go read the PFS, and it'll give you lots more details. We got to go fast. I'm down to 3.5 minutes, and I know you're thirsty. Now, what's next? Well, let's just look at this slide first. If you looked at our project, this is important. That's 35 kilometers. Everything we're talking about right here is in 2 or 3 kilometers. It's the same 10 kilometers each way. We'll get to that. But let's focus here. A couple $100 million and hundreds of thousands of meters gives you that beautiful, approved surface mine heap leach. You saw the numbers. If we cut right through there, right through the guts of where we've done all the work, we opened up the earth for 500 meters. Here's a cartoon, because I got to explain the business model. There you go. Look at that. We just talked about that. All approvals, build it. You saw the cash flow, 86 million capex. Can't wait to get that done. Well, then you got to get to the underground. Most underground in Mexico, you cannot build the underground if it's underneath the surface mine. You have to put a crown pillar in, too expensive. So I told our guys, I want a PEA in these metal prices, which we put out Tuesday, go look at it, that you can build it now. How's that look? Well, let's go look at the numbers. That's about here's some little bit. It's a 15-year mine life. Let's just go to the sensitivity table. We got no time for that. 15-year mine life, 83 million capex. Go look at the PEA, it just came out. At spot prices today, it generates an NPV of 1.3 million US. It's a high-grade underground silver mine around 400 grams. You know a lot. There's a few out here that have about that same grade they're putting in production. Here's what I love. Over the 15 years, how do you even get 179 IRR? I don't even know. It's ridiculous with these prices. Generates $2 billion over the 15 years. I'm going to tell you something. Look, it's a beautiful mine. I could show you all kinds of fancy pictures, how we're going to build it. There's year 8, there's year 9, there's year 10. But we don't have time for that because we got a minute and 51 seconds left before y'all got to go. So here we go. Here's what I want to talk about. 2 last things. Look at this. I am a securities lawyer by training. I build public companies out of Halifax. And they tell me I'm not allowed, when I have a PFS and a PEA for a surface mine, an underground mine, to add them together. Well, I didn't. Well, I put the 2 tables right underneath each other. So if you take 1.3 billion and you take 1 billion US, we're going to talk Canadian because that's what I trade in. We trade in. Call that what? 3.3 billion. I'm adding it up so you guys can do 2.3. Sorry, 2.3 billion. See, I can't even add. Call that 3.2 Canadian. I'm trading at 700. It's going to take us 18 to 24 months to build them both out. If I do, Francisco does, he's built a lot of them, what he says, then we will trade at, our peers trade at 0.9 to 1.2 their NPV. That's a pretty good trade. That's what we're going to do. And we're doing it right now. So it's an exciting time. What a time to be putting the next silver and gold mine in production in Mexico. Now, there's a little bit more. I got 1 minute. Remember what I told you? We're just getting going on this project. That's 25 kilometers. Everything I told you is right there. That underground that generates all these fantastic numbers, I think that's it. No, that's not it. It's down further. Right here. That was 5 million tons of ore. 5 million. If I show you this slide, you're going to get a real kick out of this. Right here, 700 meters, and go look in the PA. 700 meters from that 5 million tons, we've already got 3.8 million more, which we've proven is about 340 to 350 grams. Just needs more drilling. We'll move that into the PA. It's 700 meters from where the mill's going to be. So you can imagine what that's going to do to that underground I just showed you. It's going to get great. Now, last part. We drilled all this around the old Tiger mine, turn of the century, 1910 to 1930. Produced 100 million silver equivalent ounces before the Americans went home and dropped their tools at an average grade of 2.5 kilos. The North Tigre mine was the same vintage. We're doing there now what we did in 2017 when we got this asset. We're underground in that old mine. We're mapping and sampling. We're going to start drilling it. There are 3 other mines to the south on our project, all the same vintage. This is greenfields. This is more brownfields. This will get built, and there will be 10 to 12 drill rigs north and 10 to 12 drill rigs south over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. This is the next great district in Sonora. And finally, since we've proven we can build the mine to fund all that, that's the first time I've said that. So thank you very much. We really appreciate you listening, and thank you.